Hey guys, Corey from Aquarium Co-op. I thought I would tune in and show you guys what it's like to own a fish store. It's Sunday night. It's about 7:22 or so. Yeah, that's what the clock says. And so I worked all day in the store, and now I am trying to get fish in. So I gotta go to the airport tonight, and to show you guys what this is like, I ordered fish on Wednesday, and kind of a decent amount, and they're arriving tonight at the airport, but I don't know what time. You never know what time, and so you wait for an airway bill number to show up, and then you wait some more. So like, if we look here, this is the screen that I watch for the next several hours, and it's basically, you know, Air Cargo Alaska. It was submitted at, what is that, 6, almost 7 o'clock, and so now I wait. Like, this is all the information I get. I know I'm getting 5 pieces, and it weighs 235 pounds, so that means 5 boxes of fish, 235 pounds worth, and now I just hit the continue button while I eat dinner and wait for things to happen until it gives me an update. What the next update that's going to come, I'll be able to show you, is that it's actually scheduled for a flight. And, you know, so you hope it makes a good flight so that you're not up all night long. But I could literally be up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. This has happened before. You know, usually it's going to land 11 o'clock, midnight, somewhere in there, I hope. I'm hoping for that. So that, you know, I can be there waiting. Well, actually, you can't wait there. You gotta, once the plane lands, you've got 2 hours before they have to even unload it. So if it lands, the goal is that it flies out at like 8:30, lands at 10, I get there at like 11:30, and hopefully it's unloaded. Then I can go back to my store, unload some of the fish, then come back here. And you know, so like right now what I'm doing is I'm prepping for fish to come here also. And so I've got some of the koi bins. I'm bringing in lots of koi. So there's a koi bin here and a koi bin here. And this one have all been emptied out. I need to put some more water in this one and do a little bit of water change for koi land there. This is koi I picked up on Thursday. I've got the top on here so they can't jump, but these are all imported from Japan. Water's a little murky from the meds that I have in here, but lots of high-end koi from Sakai. And you know, it gives you a little taste. There's some Hikari in there. There's some Shiros, some Sankes, Kohakus, that type of thing. So that's those guys sitting there. These are some leftovers I still have that I haven't brought to the store yet. And they're just some longfin butterflies. And then, you know, in here, I need to flip some lights on and things, but I need to get ready because I've got just so much fish coming in that it's going to overwhelm the store as well. I'm thinking I need to move. So I at least got to move the koi and goldfish in here. I'm going to need this 40-gallon tank. I may move stuff out of here. This is, you know, a 100-gallon tank that's not being utilized as well as it probably could. So I might be able to move some of that stuff into like 20-gallon tanks. This has got the breeding colony of fish, so I'm not going to move them, even though I desperately would love to be using that 40-gallon breeder. Let's see, what else? If I move all these darters, or not darters, I'm tired. If I move all these shiners, I could utilize this tank as well. I am going to move the few rummy nose that are in this tank out, so that's a 40 breeder I've got I can use. I've got this 100-gallon tank to use, and then down here I don't have that many Priscilla tetras left and only a couple of Discus. I mean, I guess when I say not that many, it's probably only like 80 or 90 Priscilla tetras. I can move those out and create some more room. And if I really wanted to, but I kind of just want to break this tank down, but I move the turtles out of here so I could technically catch out all the fish and water change it and use this temporarily, but it's not auto water changing, and I really don't like to put 300 to 500 of a fish in that doesn't auto water change. I've got some 20s over here that I can, you know, like this is just sitting empty. This one's almost empty. You know, so, and this one is empty, so I've got some that I can work with. Over here I've got the Betta barracks, mostly empty. So we've got like one up there, and I think there's one more in here, unless I took it to the store. Maybe just one left. Oh wait, right there, yeah. So I've got Bettas coming in as well, and I'm going to be working with that. And Did I get a spawn finally? I might have a spawn up on top there. But I'm not seeing the fry. Anyway, it's one of those, don't have time to examine that. I'll have to examine that on my day off as opposed to now. Because I've got, you know, I want to say, I ordered 27 bags of fish. I have to count to see how many actually are shipping. And, you know, so a bag of fish typically, like I'm trying to think of, like I've got some pearl danios coming in. That's 400 of those. I think I've got some rice fish coming in. That's a group of 500. Koi, they're in bags of I think 75 or 150. I'd have to look again. And so lots and lots and lots of fish are coming in. So that's why you gotta do the prep work now. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll chime in when I finally know what time I'm going, and I'll show you putting them away and stuff like that. And yeah, so I know you guys have been asking like, what's it like? Is it just awesome? And it is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love my job, but show you what it takes to run a successful fish store and things like that. So, all right, I'll chime in when I know more. Well, what time is it? It's 9:49 now, and it just updated the airway bill tracking number. Let me show you what I'm in store for tonight. So we were hoping that it was going to land at like 10 or 11 tonight. Well, it left LAX at 9, and it's going to land at basically midnight, and then they have up to 2 hours to unpack. So I'm basically going to sleep for like 3 hours and then drive to the airport, so I'm there at roughly 1:45 to 2 and start unpacking. So that's what, you know, a fish shipment is like. And this is why most people use wholesalers, which I do use wholesalers also, but there's so many fish coming in this shipment, and they're cheaper and better quality, and I get to pick exactly what I want, what sizes I want. I don't let someone else pick the size. I get to pick the size, I get to pick the exact variants, all that. And yeah, so I save a little bit of money, but I have to do a lot more work. And so I'm going to bed. Yeah, let's see if I go to bed in 10 minutes, it'll be 10. If I wake up at like 1:30, that's 3.5 hours, puts me there at about 2:10, and then I'll be back to my shop, let's say 2:10, I'll be back to my shop by about 2:45. Hopefully I can be in bed again by like 4:30 a.m. so that way I can be ready to open the shop later. So, alright, well, you'll probably see me chiming in when I'm picking up the fish. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning now. Just got in, a little winded because I had to carry in all these boxes, 250 pounds with fish, but just got in, and so that's what I've got to unpack, you know, and I'll show you how that goes. And you know, the reason why I do this is I have the opinion that every hour or every minute a fish is in a bag is detrimental to its life, and so most people in my position wait till tomorrow morning, you know, or the afternoon, and just pick a fish up when it's convenient for them. I just want to minimize the work, so I'd rather do it at 3 o'clock in the morning. And how that reduces the work is that I get fewer sick fish. And so, yeah, is it a horrible pain to do this at 3 a.m.? Yes, I've been, you know, on the road now since about 1:30. I'm here at the store. I've got to sort what goes to my house, basically my fish room, and what stays here. Unload and medicate here, go home, unload and medicate there. And I'm going to chime in with some of the bags and stuff like that and show you guys. And I'm going to get started because I don't want to keep them in the bag any longer than I have to. So, well, the first snafu of the night has arrived. And so I ordered lots of stuff. And then on the invoice that I got sent at 6 p.m. yesterday, depends on how you want to look at it, it's 3 a.m. now. Didn't have things like Discus on it, so I didn't really prep tanks for Discus, thinking, okay, well, they're not shipping Discus. Well, the problem when you order stuff is you never really know what they're going to ship, and you know, so like right here I've got bags of Discus, you know, so now I gotta prepare tanks and get that ready because they're sitting in a bag. I'm not even sure what else did and didn't ship. Like, I wasn't supposed to get female bettas today. Like, I ordered them, but you know, this says crown tail female bettas, which I didn't order crown tail female bettas, and I'm not sure if this is even that. I'm going to open it up and we'll see what is in here. I don't know why it's in a box. Typically they never would box something like this. So maybe it's other packaging for the other males I ordered. Let's see what's in here. I didn't order any plants. Typically it would box plants so they don't get crushed. So it looks like, nope, these are definitely female crown tail bettas. So while neat, completely, I had ordered different, just assorted females, and yeah. So I'm not, you know, not bummed or anything like that, but at the same time, the crazy part is because I ordered I ordered assorted female bettas. I could totally get charged for these crown tails, and I have no idea how much they cost. You know, and that's part of the risk, and I guess ordering straight from farms, is that you don't really know what you're going to get, and then, you know, for all I know, those are going to cost twice as much as assorted. I have no idea, you know, so you just kind of keep trucking, you roll with the punches. Let's see what else we got. So it looks like here, this is the bag, yeah, assorted double tail half moon males. Let's see what else we've got in here. This is going to be, yeah, here's a bunch of koi bettas. You know, they don't look amazing in the bags, obviously, because they're stressed out, but let's see what we've got here. These look to be tiny Norman lamprey killies, maybe? Or no, these are probably the rice fish I ordered. I'd have to look up what they are, because they're not labeled very well, but there's not that many in the bag. Like, those have got to be Norman lamprey killies, because they said they were only sending 90 of those, so very small. That's going to take some grow out time. What do we have here? Alright, so we have the Panda goldfish. It's always hard to shoot in a bag, so we'll shoot, you know, kind of in tanks and stuff later. So yeah, you would think, like, you know, koi would get bigger bags, right? Nope. This is, I think, 75 koi in this small bag. And how they accomplish that is they use sedatives, you know? So they're really lethargic in the bag. And yeah, so that's just assorted 3-inch koi. You know, and so far we've only gone through 2 boxes. I'm actually going to grab a rolling stool and make this easier on me, so 1 second. And now I've got my stool, my mechanic seat that can wheel around and make it a little easier. And the reason why we go through all the bags is to get the lay of the land. If I get way too many of something I wasn't expecting, I got to be able to fit it in a tank somewhere, and you got to plan accordingly. So that's why you kind of just pull everything out, look at it, see what's urgent. This is platinum ogon koi. Those actually are going to the fish room. What do we have here? Looks like another bag of assorted koi. And then looks like we've got more assorted koi, more assorted koi. These are the gold ogon koi. So lots of koi in that bag, or that box. Probably going to be more tropicals in here. Let's see what we've got. This is all black ghost knife I ordered, so it's 30 black ghost knives. That'll be fun, I hope. These are black neon tetras. I think there's 400 or 500 of those. Let's see what else we got here. Kuhli loaches, I think 400. Water's looking pretty bad in there. That's not good. You know, and I should say that's the problem. Like this, like that bag of Kuhli loaches could be a complete loss. Like the water looks pretty bad, and so you could just lose them all. That, you know, so that's bad too when you're ordering big numbers. So this is a bag of shrimp, and these are called, they sell these as plant shrimps, and I'm trying to get them as feeder shrimp and things like that. It looks like a complete bag of death. I don't think there's a single one alive in there. So, you know, there went money. That's just, you know, set that off to the side, and you know, unfortunately with transhippers and stuff, you don't really get anything for that. So like, that's just money gone forever. And you know, it's sad because one, we just lost 300 shrimp, and two, we lose money, and it's just bad all the way around, you know. But so if you think about it, it's pretty good though, because you know, we're in box number 4 of 5 here, and so far the problems we found, maybe those well, not maybe, most likely those shrimp, if I get them in fresh water, sometimes maybe they were just on the cusp of dying and they come back. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's just straight up lost money, you know. So you can do the math in your head. 300 shrimp, guess how cheap you could possibly get them for, and just go, yep, you just lost that amount of money plus shipping, all that. And then, so these Kuhli loaches, I'm hoping they're salvageable, you know. But then we got all the other stuff, you know, and there was a couple of Discus in there that didn't look so hot, but that always happens with Discus. So there's all that stuff so far looking reasonably good, honestly. And it could be just as bad from a wholesaler versus a transshipper versus straight from the farm. Like, there's always, you know, the problem is when you pack something, like let's say they packed those shrimp and they didn't know 5 of them were really weak. Well, those 5 die an hour into being in the bag, and then they pollute the bag, you know, the whole time. And it's kind of a cascade effect of things not doing well. And so, you know, there's not a lot, I won't say there's not a lot they can do about that, because sometimes people just ship that way notoriously, which I don't think these guys would do that, but there are companies that just ship bad stuff and then deal with it later. Especially if it's a, you know, a transshipper or farm like this and there's no guarantees on the stuff. They really have nothing to lose besides the fact that if you keep losing stuff, you wouldn't order from them. So, well, let's keep going. I want to keep checking bags out. There's a box and a half to do still. I just want to chime in there and say, you know, that is horrible, and I don't like when stuff is dead for multiple reasons. But let's see here. These are all Rasbora hets. Looks like, I think I got 180 of those. Let's see what we've got. And those stay here at the shop. This is a bag of Borneo Sucker Loaches. They look to be doing okay. Those are going to stay here at the shop. Box number 5. Let's see what we've got here. Pull this up. Looks like, yeah, these are pearl danios, which I wonder if there's going to be 2 bags of these. Maybe not. There's supposed to be 400 in there. Looks like it now that I look at it. 400 of those. Let's see what we got here. This is cherry barbs. I think there's 300 of those. And if you're like me, when you first see this, it blows my mind. Like, there's 300 fish in this tiny bag. Like, next to my foot for comparison, I guess. Like, it's not a very big bag for 300 fish. But that's just the way it goes. Because space is a premium when you're shipping across the world. Like, already 5 boxes like this were very expensive to ship just for the shipping. That doesn't include the fish. I mean, the fish obviously much more expensive than the shipping. This is a bag of, I think, 90 Bolivian rams. Those guys are going home. I want to get some body weight on those. What have we got here? These are, what are these? Oh yes, flame tetras. So that's a group of 300 flame tetras. And then I think here is, yeah, this is 200 celestial pearl danios. And when you see the different color water, like, those are different meds. And I don't even know all the meds. You know, that might be bifuran in there, it's hard to know. A lot of them get methylene blue. You know, some of them get sedatives like the koi bags and all that. But, you know, this is the aftermath. You know, it's probably 3:15 now. And all those bags of fish are what's got to go away before I can go to bed. So I'm going to get started. What I'll probably do is I'll probably put everything away that needs to go away in the store. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in a tank. and show the losses and things like that. And then I'll do the same thing at home, and then, you know, I'll do an outro and kind of get ready to go to bed. But I'm gonna get started. It's hot in my store. It's like 81 degrees because there's been no ventilation all day just because we've been closed since 6. And I gotta do a lot of labor, and the more I talk, the later I have to stay up. So the sooner I get started, the sooner I get to go to bed. I'm gonna get started and I'll chime in with what it looks like here in the store. So Discus just hit the tank here. We've got at least one casualty straight out of the bag. You got a couple of them looking kind of rough. You know, there's another guy here that's barely hanging on. And this is why I maintain that the faster they come out of the bag, the better, because you've got some of these that are hard breathing in here. For sure they'd be dead 8 hours from now in the bag, you know. So we've got one dead. Hopefully most of these will make a recovery. I'm thinking 120. I'll probably lose up to 5. That's just how it goes. That's, you know, it's unfortunate, but we'll quarantine them in here, get the meds through them, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the body now and keep working on other fish. Here's the Panda Goldfish. I apologize for the light not being on, but there's 50 of those, small little guys. Obviously look way better when the light's on, but I don't want to turn my automatic timers on just to get a shot of these. But yeah, moving on to the next one. Alright, I've got most everything I think put away here at the shop. I'm going to run through it real quick and then pull the bodies and then head home. So we've got the bettas in. This is going to give you a selection of the bettas we carry. The koi bettas are the ones that are new to tonight. So we've got koi bettas here. We've got the double tail half moons. You know, some are hiding at the moment. They'll all perk back up. Then we've got another koi here. Yeah, that's just a crown tail we already had. Another koi, more koi, double tail half moon. Another double tail half moon there. Another koi betta. More koi betta and double tail half moon. So the rest of these, I've got to go home in the betta barracks. So that's some work to do. If we come out here, I've got the Borneo suckerfish, a few casualties. So you can see there's a couple upside down, need to pull those. Let's see, if we go back in the quarantine room here. Got the reservoir hets. And you can see there's some casualties there. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 180. It's not so bad. These are celestial pearl danios, came in real small, need to feed them lots of brine and things like that. Also, the normal lampicules came in real small. Doesn't look like, basically, it looks like one loss on a celestial pearl danio, nothing on the normal lampicules. Then you've got, some of our bigger losses here, and that's, if we start looking in the Kuhli loaches, you can see some bodies, and definitely more bodies over here, so I gotta go pull all those. So then, what else? I've got to do something with the shrimp. I don't know what to do with them yet. They, as far as I can tell, 100% loss. So, yeah, I've got basically 3 boxes. I've done 2 boxes here and 3 boxes to do at home. So I'm going to go ahead and pack stuff up, pull the bodies I need to, and get headed to home because majority of the fish still haven't hit tanks yet. So I'm getting started. 4:30 a.m. and back at the fish room, time to unload. So it's 5:16, I finished medicating the fish, got them put away, I'll show you what they look like, then I'm going to bed because I got to get up by 9:30 or 10 to get to the store to open it up by noon. But actually I got to be there at 11:30, but anyway, let me show you. So down here we have the 400 pearl danios. They look to be doing well so far. I mean, all this stuff can totally crash the next day, that type of thing, but let's go around the corner here. We've got the 300 cherry barbs in here, which there's some that are deformed and things like that, but that kind of comes with the territory. Hopefully they'll, do well for me. Up here we've got the flame tetras. So there's like 400 of those, and then there's like 100 Bolivian rams. Those guys are pretty stressed out at the moment. Down low here, we've got black neon tetras, I think 400 of those, and then we've got black ghost knives. Looks like we may already have one down He's still breathing, but you know, I'll give him till morning. I'll check in on him when I wake up, and he's probably not going to make it, but you know, that's the life of fish. So well, that was unfortunate. Looks like there's lots of black worms in the gravel here when I medicated, so that's going to be a gravel vacuum probably in the morning. Alright, let's go look at koi and bettas. So bettas, I've got a few more to put away tomorrow morning. But the betta barracks up and running. Some of them didn't ship so well. Like these two, their fins like were all torn up. Basically they lost a lot of their fins in shipping. But a lot of the other ones looking pretty good here. You know, they're all kind of settling in, and you know, the meds just hit the water, so we'll hope we make them better as well. Come out here to the koi. I really gotta clean this place up, but I work all the time. So we've got the basically like, I want to say it's 250 koi in here. They're all huddled up at the moment. It's kind of cool to see when you have a lot of fish and they all school like that. But I've got the auto water change turned off so the meds can sit. And then over here we've got the other koi. There's only about 100 koi in here, but they're larger. Not that they're big, but they are larger size. And this is the platinum ogon, gold ogons, and then some tricolors. These are all Singapore koi here and here. These guys are imported from Sakai in Japan, which we've got the water back on there on this tote, and as you can see they're bigger. There's only, I think, 40 in here, maybe it's 80, I can't even remember. But yeah, so water's changing in there again. And yeah, I think that's all there is for, you know, tonight. You know, so now I get to flip lights off. Oh man, it's never a good sign when you look outside and it's light out. You know, and I started I woke up at 1:15 a.m. I went to bed at 10 p.m. once I found out what the schedule was for the flight. Woke up at 1:15. Now I'm looking at this going, oh good. Now I get to go to bed and wake up and work at the store. But, you know, I was gonna say, luckily I don't do this that often, but I can't talk, it's early or late, whatever you want to call it. But I do a run like this probably, what, twice a week, you know, or at least to the airport. So like this week I went Sunday night, which is now, or I guess Monday morning. I'll be going again Thursday night, and I'll be going again Saturday morning. That's this week. The following week, probably only once or twice, you know, and then every once in a while I try and schedule it so I get a week off, because it's a grind, you know, just and to have space open and things like that. I mean, I run into that a lot, but you know, it's kind of, as I set up more tanks, I'll have more space, which means more work, which means maybe more money, who knows. But yeah, so I'm gonna shut lights down and go to bed. So if you like this kind of content, I'll do more of it. If you don't, say you don't like it. And yeah, day in the life of fish store owner. This is what I think it takes to make a successful store. You know, I'm not gonna say every store would have to do this, but if you're not doing this, sometimes I feel like it's pretty hard to stay in business long term. So, whoa, that light makes it go really dark in here. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.